What up, Bucks fans? We are back. It is Real Bucs Talk. I am Michael Plus, joined as always, my good friend, Mark Ramirez. Mark, it's here, man. It's finally here. We are getting training camp underway across the NFL. Obviously, we only care about our Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super Bowl Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And man, it feels great. So, I mean, first of all, how you doing? And what are you most excited about with training camp getting underway?
I'm excited to actually talk football and not pads on yet, but football players reporting, and there's things to talk about instead of us just finding film from last year and actually looking at that. So now we get to actually talk some actual things, injuries. COVID's still alive and well. I guess Delta's kind of taken over now, so that's a whole other thing they have to deal with. BA talking about wide ass open, something we need to patent and quick. Some things we've been saying for a long time now. And just hearing all the guys still motivated, ready. Mike Evans coming in lighter, thinking he's going to fix something in his 8th year when he doesn't need to fix jack shit. He's doing pretty damn good himself.
Yeah.
Just got everyone prepared and ready. And then just the injuries that you don't want to hear, like Cam Brate, J Watt, just stuff like that. But it's a whole lot of stuff we're going to go over. It's going to be exciting actually talking about football and the Buccaneers, and the season pretty much just started on Sunday. So what are your hot takes?
Yeah, man. I'll second that. I'm just very excited. And first of all, thank you all who's in the chat right now. Much appreciated to see some new faces in there. Jack, as always, holding it down. So again, we appreciate everyone who's joining us now. And again, bring your questions. If you got any comments, anything you want to discuss, just let us know. But yeah, man, I'm pumped. I'm excited to, like you said, actually talk football, get into X's and O's, and that's going to come very soon. We're excited to be going to, Sunday's practice coming up. So that will be fun. And, a lot of good things there. So yeah, man. And Jalen Darden, I mean, already getting talked about.
Yeah.
So, these rookies getting, good hype so far, a lot of good discussions. So excited for that.
So I mean, let's discuss, I guess, first day one of training camp, them reporting. And since that happened Sunday, we weren't here to talk. We weren't here to live stream. So let's kind of run this through what Buccaneers.com kind of reported. So let me bring this up, unless you have some other topics you want to discuss.
No, let's do that. That sounds good.
Jump into here. Boom. So big thing, Joe Tryon. Even Shaq Barrett was talking good about him. But they're saying it was good to see rookie first-round pick. Joe Tryon is a full participant with outside linebacker group. Tryon missed rookie minicamp after having minor knee surgery and was limited participant in mandatory minicamp in June. So it's cool to see him and actually his teammates talking good about him. So what do you think about old Joe Tryon?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what we said. I mean, we've been talking about Joe for, quite a while now. Back after the season, ended, we were thinking, okay, yeah, this guy could be a potential, first round pick for us. And yeah, it just shows that, we are right. And it's great to see him do well, and he's healthy. He's ready to go. And you just hope that maturation continues and he continues to get better and better. And I mean, he's got the best to learn from, and Shaq Barrett and JPP. So I like that they're using him on both sides. They're rushing him from the left and the right side. So I think that's great. Get him, all the reps he can and have him ready to go.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't seen our film study of him, we have 2 of them. Go check down on the videos list on our YouTube channel. If you guys want to move from Facebook to YouTube and back and forth, whatever you want to do it after the live stream. That's going to be a good time to go look at it. But yeah, the dude, like they all said, he has all the tools. He looks like the real deal. Hell, Tristan Wirfs looked like the real deal. He had all the tools. Can they make him into something as fast as Tristan Wirfs did? That's the big question. I mean, he's going to be getting less reps as Tristan Wirfs because he was thrust upon being a starter. Let's see. I mean, Tryon, he's a scary dude when you look at him. When you look at him with pads or without, he's a big dude. So and you're learning from 2 of the best. I'll take that. From a technician in Shaq Barrett, who doesn't have the most athleticism, but he just wins with effort and technique. And you have JPP, who's just a freak. He can do whatever he can, mobility-wise, length-wise. He just does it. So let's go on to the next kind of topic. Arians also deploying that signature 2 practice field method for camp. meant that fans were treated to the so-called one-on-ones, meaning offensive and defensive starters going against each other. So another thing we kind of talked about in the offseason, like this is something where I would assume smarter teams would follow suit and say, okay, holy crap, they had 2 whole practice fields and they're benefiting from that. It's 1 versus 1s, and it's like iron sharpens iron. This is an awesome concept. I hope no one actually follows it, but we'll see. What do you think on that one?
Yeah, I think it's great. You have a big coaching staff for a reason, and have the ability to, split up these groupings into, 2 separate fields where it allows the younger players to get, the reps that they need. So they're not missing out on, not playing or getting involved or, having that development. And that's what makes the team so special, like it was last year, having that ability to get these guys up to speed quicker. And you could have a guy like Tristan Wirfs do what he did, Antoine Winfield, etc. So that's really nice. And I think it gives them opportunity to get picked up by other teams as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's a huge benefit.
Yeah, I mean, I think a big benefit that what this is going to be is the special teams players. I mean, they're going to be getting reps nonstop because not only do the number ones get to practice on their field, the biggest competition to me, I think to a lot of people, would be who's going to win the gunner position, who's going to win special teams positions, like the bottom part of our roster. Because guess what? That's where it's going to be. You're going to scratch and claw as much as you can to make the roster because it's so damn loaded. I mean, I kind of said this on YouTube. This is probably one of the best, most talented rosters ever, not just in today's game. It's just ever. I mean, there's starters or Pro Bowlers or all pro players in almost every damn position. And it's scary. I mean, because like the defense is so young, you don't know how good these guys can be just yet. Mm-hmm. And this is the team that held the Kansas City Chiefs and possibly the best quarterback of today's day to 9 points, no touchdowns. It's insane. And that they're just growing together. It's going to be scary. I hope it is. And even Colton Davis talking about how he wants to take another step forward. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, I can definitely see it. And like you said, I'll just echo. I mean, you could pretty much guarantee like the top 30 players are, pretty much safe, like on this roster. Really, I would maybe even further than that. I mean, you have 53 guys on the roster, the final 53. And yeah, I would say the bottom, 10 to 13 players, they're all fighting for, those spots. So yeah, definitely special teams is going to be critical. And, and I want to just shout this out here. Yeah, the Super Bowl rings, MDP Peel. Yeah, they look great, man. They were really nice, well designed. I like how they, put that together with the stadium inside of the ring. And
look at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
pretty.
It's bling bling, man. And it's a thing
historic,
of beauty.
Yes.
I think they got it right. So yeah, it was well done.
There's so much uniqueness to it. I mean, they have the score in the inside, 31-9. There's 319 diamonds on the outside. Everything about it is legit. I think how they even put the path to the Super Bowl there with the Tampa versus New Orleans, Washington, Green Bay, all those. That's badass. I got to be honest about that. That's legit.
And every game, 30 points or more. So that's awesome.
Woo-wee!
Yeah.
But yeah, I just cut you off just to talk about the ring.
No, it's awesome. I was just wanted to shout out MD Peel again. Welcome. I think this is the first time we've seen you in here. So again, we appreciate everyone, all the newcomers that we're seeing. Much appreciated. So don't be shy.
Yeah.
And we're always happy to talk with you either in the live stream or out on YouTube. So
or the champ is here.
Yeah, on Facebook. So. Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, here it is. Like this live chat, or TB12 will throw the next football up your jugs machine.
that was a great video, man. You got to give credit to Tom Brady and his team, the CGI and just the ability to create something like that. We saw it with the moonshot that he had, and now this was just fun. He's having a great time. I mean, he's living his best life, and so great to have him as a Buck. So
I don't know if he was doing this in Boston, but damn, he's loving it here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys saw, I just randomly picked up this Bucs Super Bowl ring. This is for sale for $32. The hell are these guys doing? I don't care if it looks bad or not. It looks legit in the pictures. I'm about to go buy me a Buccaneer ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys in the chat, thank you for all the highs. What's up, guys? I mean, we're glad you're here. We're talking some Buccaneer football. If you want to go get a Super Bowl ring, $32 before it sells out. But let's keep talking old Buccaneer football. What else did it have in store? Let's see. In training camp, Brady, who very clearly now has a full command of this offense, looked comfortable as ever and was spreading the ball out to all kinds of receivers. Not only did players like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Gronkowski see passes thrown their way, but so did receivers like Tyler Johnson and rookie Jalen Darden. He was wide ass open. Tight end Tanner Hudson also saw an increase in role because of Cam Brate on the PUP list. O.J. Howard still limited as he recovers from Achilles rupture. So there's a lot on there. Let's talk first and foremost Brady with full command of the offense. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that we've discussed, and I think every Bucs fan is very excited about the, just Brady year 2 in this offense. I mean, and that's been like the storyline for Bruce Arians' offense. Like the quarterback gets better in year 2, and like Tom already had a great year last year, so him being better in year 2, I mean, the sky's the limit, and he's already showing great repertoire with Chris Godwin. Jalen Darden, like I spoke of earlier, is stepping up and getting reps in there with the ones. And, obviously Mike Evans, et cetera, others are looking really good.
Yeah. So Tom Brady, 40 touchdowns, 4,000 yards. I mean, how much better could you get? I mean, I guess we're shooting for 5,050. I guess that's the next jump up, especially with one more game in hand.
Right.
The biggest thing is just staying healthy. I love that he has the control of the offense now. Look the hell out, rest of the NFL. I mean, with him making checks at the line, him moving pieces around. You even heard, I think it was today they said it. We'll get to that, but him moving around pieces even more in the backfield, like all the motion going on, like you saw it in New England. Imagine that here with the weapons we have, just OJ healthy, and I mean that's part of it. It's just Tom being so comfortable. It's not learning on the go now. Now we're starting from the jump, and Dallas, be prepared. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and talking of motion, like that brought the biggest smile to my face.
Yeah,
I was speaking with my good friend Evan Winter of Bucs Report, and he was talking about how they were just using motion and play action a lot more already in camp. So just seeing more motion, pre-snap motion is like, that's what you want to see. So it's great that they're picking up where they left off.
So, I mean, a lot of people are talking tight ends in the chat right now. So that's the next question. So with Cam Brate on the PUP list, there's not much information on his injury. I mean, you heard Scott Smith and what was the other young lady that does the shows with him?
Casey Phillips.
That they don't even know anything. They're not giving any information. They're just saying that, if he's on the PUP list, he's probably going to be out longer than O.J. Howard because they didn't put him on anything. So I mean, O.J., I think it's just him recovering still from the Achilles. It's a long injury to recover from.
Right.
So I still think he's going to be playing day one. Brate, that's a scary thing. I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but that leads you to understand now there's more opportunity. So a lot of people in the chat over here saying, Gerald Adams, who is this guy? And then Mr. Bucks Nation in the chat, everyone. Woo, Mr. Bucks. He says Gerald Adams is actually doing really good this offseason. Big physical tight end. Could be a dark horse for that 4th tight end spot. That room is beyond loaded.
Yeah.
So what do you think? So, I mean, this is a guy that's just getting his name now. He's going to have to do one hell of a job to pump his name up there because to me, Tanner Hudson, McElroy, I mean, all these guys, I mean, I think they have the more stature right now, especially Tanner Hudson because he had a rapport with Brady later in the season. So what do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, again, it's going to come down to which one of those guys can block and can play special teams, can be reliable. Obviously, McElroy's been in there. He's getting some good reps. And, yeah, like they talk about Gerald Adams, again, he's a guy that has size and athleticism. And, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Again, Tanner Hudson's has had the tenure, but, it's going to remain to be seen. I mean, these guys are going to have to prove it. But with the injuries to the tight end position, it creates, again, good opportunities for them.
I mean, just to give a better overview of
Mhm.
Old Gerald Adams. He has another massive dude, 6'5", 254, 28 years old. He's not a young buck. He's kind of been in and out of different teams. I think he even took a year off, didn't he? He came in 2016, Texans, Saints, Ravens, Lions, and now he's currently with us. So, to me, if you're in and out like that, I'm going to lean more towards Tanner Hudson. I mean, we've
Mhm.
seen what he's done. He's like literally Mr. August. Like he's making teams for a reason. He's got who said it? I think he said he has the best hands on the team besides Chris Godwin. I think it was Mike Evans that said that, or so someone said it, he has probably one of the best hands.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, but then again, yeah, who's best at playing special teams? That's where you're going to make it on this team.
Right.
Well, Cam Brate, you better get on the damn team. 6'8" tight end dark horse. 6'8" is pretty damn big.
Mhm.
But let's keep going on. So yeah, that was the end of day one. Day two, let's jump over to day two. What happened over here? We got, I'm going to be honest, I'm not quite sure how often happened, but outside linebacker Joe Tryon ended up with the ball running down the sideline, special teams drills. And if you're telling me this guy has ball skills and special teams on top of his physical abilities, rushing the passer, then that makes me very excited. So it's just their takes on practice.
Mhm.
Again, Joe Tryon's getting his name called out. We've shown it. Again, I'm going to touch on it again. If you guys want to see our film study on him, he does a little bit of everything. He's got all the athletic ability in the world. It's just honing all those talents to actually become a great pass rusher and edge defender. What is your take on that? He's on special teams playing now.
Yeah. Apparently, they ran I think it was a field goal fake or punt fake, something like that, and they threw the ball to him. So yeah, that's nice to see. But yeah, him on special teams, I think will be great, and that's something I think he's done in college. So yeah, it'll be obviously an asset to have him run down the field because he's so fast, and his ability to make tackles will be great.
Yeah. So let me get to a couple more questions before I keep going on to day two over here. Uh, Here it is. Misador said, "Will Darden take field time away from Miller, Scotty Miller, or Tyler Johnson?" What do you think on that one?
Very possible. Again, it's competition, and the receiver group, the receiver room in general is just stacked. Like we talked about it so much. I've talked about it a bunch of times on other shows, not just this one. Like it's ridiculous how, I mean, the options that you have, and with AB not practicing yet, I think that opens the door for these other guys to get looks, and that's a great thing. Again, the best of the best is going to rise to the top because you got so many good players out there.
I agree with that in some sense. I mean, Scotty, either way, again, the continuity with Brady, that's going to be tenfold. Okay,
Mm.
so he said this on what was it, the Howard Stern before we even saw him in a Buccaneer uniform. He's like, "No, I got to trust that you're going to catch the ball and make the play for me." Like he bluntly said this. He's like, "I'm not going to throw you the damn ball if I can't trust you." Scotty Miller has that. How many times after time has he done this? And if Darden, yeah, maybe one practice got wide ass open, he's dropping balls. Okay, well, Brady's like, "Come on, dude, catch the ball." He's gonna give him opportunities, but Scotty, he's had a full year under his belt with him, and he knows he can deliver a ball to him in clutch playoff situations. So, same thing with Tyler Johnson. So Darden, I think, is gonna be more slowly progressed, and like we've been mentioning, gadget plays, end arounds, quick
Mhm.
screens, situational types where it's like a short yardage where it, like, holy crap, this dude's on the field. We got to somehow get over to him. So it's
Mhm.
almost tricking the other team,
Right.
which would be genius. I hope we instill more things like that. Hopefully Brady instills more things like that. But let's go one more. Jonathan Stone. If our offense is clicking, there really isn't a defense in the league that can stop us. We have too much talent. What teams can match up with Mike Evans, Godwin, Antonio Brown, OJ Gronk, all running routes?
Yeah,
Hard sell.
really. Yeah, really no one. I mean, he's right. So yeah, it's a great point by John. And yeah, I mean, if you're healthy, this team's healthy. I mean, they can they can do some dangerous things. Sky's the limit. Got so many options you can go to. It's really nice to have. I mean, it's a luxury. Um, so yeah, I mean, just get ready for it. It'll be fun to see how it all plays out.
It's going to be an exciting season. I mean, starting again, first game of the whole NFL season on a Thursday night. we'll get the test of, can we play in primetime, nighttime games first game of the season. We didn't fare well last year, but if we want to go undefeated, like a lot of people want to do, they're going to have to do it first game of the season. But let's keep going. Looking at the training camp notes. Defensive coordinator Todd Bowles likes to start practices out on the right foot for the defense. Literally, he makes every defensive player line up. Then then has another one of his coaches simulate a hard count with an infamous ball and a stick. If one single player jumps, they stay at 5. If they do it perfectly, it goes down to 4, 3, so on. But if a guy jumps again, it goes back up to 5. Bowles wants 5 clean get-offs from his entire defense before the start of practice. So, I mean, this is literally the most basic of basic. Todd Bowles is making sure they don't get flags, the biggest thing. And BA was talking today about how he saw the least amount of, I guess, what do you call them, red flags or just problems on the defensive side of the ball today. And I think that's awesome that they're this clean this early and they've been keeping up with their notes. That means they're hungry for this second Super Bowl run.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you gotta stick with the basics, and we've seen too many times our guys jump off sides, and stuff like that has to stop. And we can't beat ourselves, and really, that's the only way we lose this season. If we beat ourselves and injuries could pop up, really, that's the only way I see us, getting defeated or getting, I just don't see a team, matching up or outmatching us. It's going to be our fault if we lose. That's what I see.
That's the God honest truth. But let's jump over to our sponsor today, Symbol, the stock market for sports. If you guys have been following us, we've been talking them up big time. Cool concept. I mean, it's fun. I mean, you guys have seen the stock market go up and down. This is literally the same thing, but with sports. How does it work? Sports betting is fun. Investing in the stock market is great. And Symbol has created a way for you to enjoy both of those at the same time. Only with Symbol, you can trade teams like stocks and earn cash when your teams win. Simple concept. 1, 2, 3. Here it is. Find your favorite team. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Get it, buy it, live it, love it. What happens? You earn win payouts when they win. 17-0, 50 cents a share. Add it up. You can do the math. And then you trade teams like stocks. Obviously, you buy low, sell high, sell overrated teams to the market, and find hidden gems. Awesome concept. Traded 24/7, 365. If you guys want to learn more, hit that play button. Symbol Sports Exchange. Awesome idea. Help support the channel by clicking the link down below to help support us. And you know what? Put a smile on our face. But now let's keep talking some training camp and Buccaneer football. Let's keep going. And here it is, Lavonte David news. I cannot stress enough how quick inside linebacker Lavonte David is laterally. It doesn't matter if it's a running back, tight end, or even a receiver. David keeps up with all of them in coverage. Who knew?
Yeah, Lavonte is he's the greatest. He's a great dude, and he's a great player, and so underrated. I mean, I hope he starts getting recognition, especially with us, especially with the team, doing well. And I hope it starts with a great start on Thursday night against Dallas, and I think that would definitely get him, people talking about him more.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, he does this every damn year. Like, Buck fans talk about him. I know we don't have to hype him up in the chat. The dude just produces every damn year. And he's always on the field every damn year. Mm-hmm. So even Devin White even calls him the best. So everyone that hypes up Devin White, the greatest young linebacker. Well, what about the greatest linebacker right now? It could be Lavonte David. That's right next to him. So, hey, it is what it is. I guess maybe when he gets inducted into Canton. Maybe that'll be his day, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's keep going. Rookie wide receiver Jalen Darden had an insane sideline catch where he tipped the ball up to himself, then twisted around to catch it while falling out of bounds, still managed to drag both feet. He earned a good catch from Bowles, who was standing right there. So
that's funny.
So, I mean, Jalen Darden, we've been talking about him all offseason. I cracked up laughing when I heard all the initial thoughts of, oh, why the hell did we get this guy? He doesn't fit what we do. Suck it. That's all I'm going to say. So stop pigeonholing certain things. The dude has a special talent. Bruce Arians saw that. This is like a small, shifty dude that we didn't have. We didn't have this part of our game. It doesn't have to be one way or no way. And I'm happy that BA noticed that, and hopefully we use this guy. That's the biggest thing, utilization of him. What do you think?
Right. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think he's a different breed of what we had, on the roster. He reminds me a lot of a young Antonio Brown, and I know that's high praise, but just his ability
True.
and what he can bring to the table. Small in stature, obviously, only 5'7", but he just knows how to get open. I mean, Bruce already said it, wide ass open. So it's like, he understands what his strengths are. He doesn't try to do too much. And I just hope he can continue, to develop. And I think the future is very bright. And obviously, the first step that he's going to have to take is special teams. And we talked about that. He's got to be that return dude. He's got to make it happen there. And if he can, man, that just makes it so much easier for the offense. And the offense doesn't need easier. I mean,
Yeah.
they're already making it look easy. So it's you give this team great field position already. I mean, it's just game over before the game starts.
And guys, our channel is literally dedicated to film studies and seeing what's going on in the field, not just talking our heads off and making it seem like we're just spitting, regurgitating crap. We're just telling you what we see. So all this stuff can be found in our channel on YouTube. Again, it's just a click away. Go check it out. We've done film studies on Jalen Darden as well. I mean, how can he fit into this offense? If you want to even go back, go check out our season recaps of every game. We literally told you where the weaknesses were on this offense and defense. And then you just saw it slowly get better and better. And those weak points got evaporated. It was literally the outside linebackers not getting to their zones. We said it over and over, and then finally it happened. And oops, all things became wonderful again. And we hope we don't have to talk about all the bad this year. Hopefully it's nothing but good and how we're dominating. So
yeah, it's funny if you go back to the videos, you just see the videos keep getting more positive and positive and positive. Usually we try to keep it positive, and again, we can be pretty harsh at times with the negatives, but again, it's just we like to be truthful. There's a reason why we're called Real Bucs Talk, and we like to keep it at 100 at all times. We don't want to lie to you guys or put anything out there that's just not true. We're gonna let the film do the talking, and that's where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, probably the biggest glaring one was Ndamukong Suh saying he takes plays off. And I am purposely put plays of Suh just dominating or running plays from 20 yards behind the line and making a play. Like, it's stuff like that where I really value when you hear something on the radio, someone says something, and you're like, bullshit. Look at the tape. So stuff like that is what we do.
Yeah, I was telling Evan Winter, like, I'm pretty confident he was our best defensive lineman last year, Ndamukong Suh.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, from
consistently.
Consistently day one. I mean, he was awesome. So,
and at that old ripe age, and he's still here. I love it. Keep going. Wide receiver Scotty Miller seemed to get in the mix a little bit more today. The receivers did a little bit of shuffling around. We saw a lot out of both Miller and Darden on the field first field. So you see Darden's name yet again on the first field. That's freaking insane. They traded up for this dude. I wonder if he's going to play. But Scotty Miller, again, Scotty's more of an outside receiver. I think Darden can play anywhere. That's a scary thing with Darden. So what do you think on that?
Yeah, Darden, he's got great flexibility. So he can be that outside receiver, that can get up the field and, also play in the slot. So a lot of good things that he brings. You can put him in the backfield. There's just so many different options that he can present. And it's again, a nice problem to have with the flexibility that you have with these receivers and how versatile they are. I mean, every one of them can play inside or outside pretty much, depending on what you're asking them to do.
Yeah. I mean, how many times do we see Mike Evans lined up in the inside?
Right.
And Chris Godwin goes everywhere. Everyone knows that. I mean, if he's inside, do you think it's going to be run blocking, brain fart, and then he goes out, play action, and he's got like a 25, 30-yard gain. It's crazy. Last one here. Tom Brady seemed to be getting the running backs more involved in underneath routes. Woo-hoo-hoo. Running back Ronald Jones even made it into the end zone on a short slant. Ronald Jones, Rojo, caught a ball on a short slant. What do you think on that, Plus?
Rojo catching the ball. I mean, that again, that's a great thing to see, and that's his job. So hopefully, he just continues to do that. But I'm glad they're running him on slant routes. That's pretty cool. So you know, catch the football
Yeah.
consistently. And I was looking back at his stats, and for the most part, he did catch the ball last year pretty well. From a target percentage standpoint. So hopefully he can just, become more natural, and be just a little bit more efficient, and they can utilize his game breaking ability. Cause
Yeah.
man, when he's got the football, we talked about it. He's just so dangerous. But a lot of fans are talking about Gio Bernard.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of reps, so that's awesome to see. Um, and obviously he's dynamic. His ability to catch the ball is so good. Like obviously he's our best pass catching back right now.
So what makes me think is because they kind of showed it there. Tom Brady seemed to be getting the running backs more involved. Is it Tom telling them to split out wide because I think I see a blitz coming. Let me spread you out so I can have an easy outlet. Is that just Tom saying, run a slant really quick, middle of the field? If the linebacker comes in, go in that gap. It could be that. If that's what the maturation of this offense is, look the hell out. Like you keep saying it, but
Mhm.
that's scary. Doesn't matter if it's Rojo, Bernard, Fournette. They're all knowing Brady's telling me to go out. I have an option of running 2 routes, something like that. There's
Right.
no learning on the go. This is learning in training camp, and then we're taking it onto the field. This is going to
Mhm.
be dangerous. And if Rojo catches the ball, look at this. Rojo caught a ball. But it's serious. Like if
Yeah.
he can catch the ball consistently, we've been saying it for years now, but look out. Look, I mean, it doesn't have to be forced upon him. It can just be Gio. It can be Fournette.
Right.
And that's the thing. I didn't think Rojo could run routes. Hell, did just show it on on the field. Make
Yeah.
people eat their words.
Right. The biggest thing is when you have these running backs come in here, you just don't want to showcase what your hand is, whether it's a pass or run. We've had times where, okay, Rojo's in there, we know, okay, most likely it's going to be some type of run. So you just don't want to give away your tendencies, and when Geo comes in, you don't want teams to think, oh, it's a pass because he's in there. So it just, hopefully they can have that where it's balanced and, obviously keep teams off guard. And I think Tom being in more control, having the ability to audible is going to be great. Being able to run the no huddle offense is going to be big time. So yeah, it's a lot in their disposal, and I think that's a great thing to have.
Yeah. And then MD Peel, Rojo RB1. So speaking on that, Fournette, like you said, right now is taking the number 1 reps, right? Fournette's number 1 and Rojo's behind it. I think it's 1A, 1B, but as of now, who's number 1?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is Fournette number 1 right now? Is he taking the number 1 reps mainly?
They had him starting out as the first running back, so right now he is the number one guy. But again, it's going to be everyone. I think all those guys are going to see time. I think it's a good 4-man group that you have. So really, it's just going to depend how the games go, and how the flow of the game, and who's the hot hand. I think that's how it's going to play out.
It should be. I mean, I honestly believe Rojo is the best runner on the team.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, I'm not going to forget what he did during the regular season just because Fournette was the last person we saw.
Hmm.
Let's see. Oh, here's a good point. Does Fournette not getting the vaccination going to have any weight when it comes to naming starters? That's actually a really good question. And whoever's Facebook user, I think it's something where you got to validate who you are through Facebook. I know it's weird.
Hmm.
Facebook has their things. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
good question. What do you think on that?
Yeah, it is, and that's a hot topic right now. People with the vaccination versus non-vaccinated, and um, it's something they're discussing right now across the league. With the NFLPA and all that, but I'm not sure if it's going to have any weight as far as who starts. I don't believe in that, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. But we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it was Ray Kennedy actually.
Oh, I know
Thank
Ray. Ray's a good guy, so appreciate it,
thanks
Ray.
thanks for the question. But I mean, so my dad is a cardiologist in the Tampa area, and he was heated about that. He's like, why would you not just get it? I think they said 85% of the Bucs are vaccinated right now. So he's got the very one-way view of it because he's medical. So and they're even saying who was it? DeAndre Hopkins saying he may even debate retiring if they're forcing him to take the vaccination. So it is a huge topic right now. It's getting like political topics right now. So it's a little crazy. Could you imagine DeAndre Hopkins retiring from football because of this?
Man, that'd be something. So, yeah, I mean, it's just wild right now. Again, we live in wild times. Again, this COVID is just not going away. So, it's it is what it is right now. I just hope everyone's safe out there, make smart decisions.
Yeah. Well, I know what he's doing. He's retiring to take a year off and then to come sign with the Buccaneers. Come out of retirement and come to the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like everyone's doing.
That would be funny.
Right? Here's a good question. G Vegas. Awesome. Out of all the players in a contract year, what percentage of them will turn it into a big contract after the season? I mean, there's a lot of one-year deal guys. I mean, I think the biggest comes to mind is Chris Godwin. It's probably the biggest one. I mean, Fournette, I honestly don't think he's going to have a big year. I think it's going to be, there's so many good players. You can't really, especially in the running back room. But who do you think? Who's one guy you'd say would have a big contract year? Looking for that big contract.
Yeah. Sorry with all the movement. I was putting him in the charger so I don't go dim on you guys.
Good move.
Yeah, Chris Godwin. Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's got the biggest opportunity to make a lot of money. Now, of course, if any of the running backs, just go balls to the wall and have a great year, then maybe they get a big contract. But again, running backs don't really get paid now. I mean,
and we're not going to.
Right. We're not going to pay them. So, yeah, I would say Godwin, and then maybe next OJ Howard. If he finally puts everything together.
If he stays healthy.
Right. It's always a big if. Vita Vea might be another one.
It's funny.
Carlton Davis, I haven't. He could be another one. He's got a big. He could get some money.
What if Jordan Whitehead actually intercepts the ball multiple times? Could you imagine that?
Yeah, I love Jordan, man. I wish we could keep him forever. I hope we do, but I don't know how it's going to work out.
If Whitehead gets 4 or more interceptions, that dude's going to get a massive payday.
Yeah, he's
massive.
He's so good too. He's a very good player, and tough as nails. Obviously, plays through injury. So I hope this. Hopefully, he can get back on the field soon. Hopefully, this COVID goes away and stay COVID free going forward, and then see how it plays out. But yeah, that's again a great competition too with the safeties, and obviously Winfield is locked, and then you have Edwards and Whitehead, fighting for playing time, and so it's a great battle.
Oh, yeah, that's something to kind of touch on. Jordan Whitehead does have COVID. MD Appeal said that, and then Antoine Winfield Jr. actually tested positive, and then it was a false positive. So he tested positive one, second time he didn't. So this crap's lingering, and it's annoying. Yeah, it's attached to another season of football, just attached to your whole lives everywhere. I mean, I'm still wearing a mask at work. I'm medical too, so it's just going to be there for years, I think.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's annoying, but either way,
lots of showers and washing hands. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Leaving the clothes in the garage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's just part of the life right now. Oh, here's good. G Vegas. Godwin and Davis will get big contracts with us. One of the running backs and OJ will get a good contract with another team.
Yeah. Could
I
happen.
can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, the running backs, like we've mentioned before, with Keyshawn Vaughn and the OJ with our tight end room, it's kind of hard. I mean, maybe Tanner Hudson takes that next level up. Maybe Gronk and Brate, that's one hell of a 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm.
But Brate's hurt. Let's see. I mean, I would love to hold OJ and have him just become the guy he's supposed to become, and he just takes over the Gronk role eventually. Right. But we'll see. He's got to prove he can actually stay healthy. I don't think he's going to get a big contract if he can't do that. But yeah, plus I've said it. a little hidden under there because you mentioned a lot of other names. Vita Vea is going to probably get the biggest one.
Mm,
He means the most for this defense, and I think it's going to show when that number amount comes next year.
right. Yeah, I mean, and I forget who it was, but someone just got a huge contract for linebackers. Warner, I think it was
Yeah,
for San
49ers.
Francisco, and Devin White's going to crush that. I think Devin White's going to get a huge deal.
Shh.
So
I hope not.
no, he is. I mean, and
Jesus.
it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the market's going to continue to rise. So these guys are going to get paid. The great thing is money's going up, and the NFL is doing their best to, recruit that money that they lost. And yeah, man, contracts are just going to get bigger and bigger by the years as they go forward.
Yeah. And then he said it here too. Warner got paid. Defensive lineman Allen got Shaq money.
Jonathan Allen, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he got the same deal, $72 million. So really good for him.
All right. Securing the bag, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a funny question. Farouk Kawab, I just want to know who gets the first interception from Jameis.
I mean, Farouk Kawab, I mean, who's to say he's the starter? I mean, we just don't know yet.
You really don't think he's going to start?
I just don't. I don't trust Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton overthinks way too much with his Taysom Hill and trying to make that work. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Taysom's the guy. I mean, they put a lot of resources into him, and yeah, it wouldn't shock me at all. And with the Saints, I mean, losing Michael Thomas, I mean, that's a big blow.
Yeah. Why do you wait so long to get that surgery? That's another question.
Very interesting. I mean,
right.
Maybe he didn't want to play with Jameis.
He's going to wait the first few games for him to throw those interceptions and then take some Hill to come in.
Yeah.
That's good. That's actually a good comment. That's a good, serious topic. You never know. You just never know. I mean,
God bless Saints fans. I love them, so.
They have no clue what they're in for. I saw something on NFL Network. They were again hyping his workouts, his off-season workouts, and they're saying, "Oh, look at the timing he has and the connection." These guys, like they're running against air. Mm-hmm. It's when Jameis has other 11 players on the field and he has to throw around them or deceive them.
Right.
He doesn't really do that, and he doesn't do it consistently at all. He just tries to win with arm strength and heart. I mean, they can only take you so far. You got to win with your brain.
Mm-hmm. But I agree. I agree with the chat. A lot of people are saying Winfield, so I'll say Winfield as well.
Winfield, come on,
to get the first pick, yeah, off of Jameis.
Well, because it was funny. The SMB was saying in the Loose Cannons podcast how he's like, no, we know he's going to make his throws. He's going to take his opportunities. Who's going to get it? We'll see. I mean, Mike Edwards got the first on Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think I do agree with you, Winfield, because I've been Winfield's crush as of late this offseason. So yeah. I'll join the bandwagon. Antoine Winfield Jr. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick.
So Tracy Tucker, good question. Just got here. Have they said why Brate was on the PUP list?
Yeah, no idea. No idea on that one. So, I mean, I think he'll be okay. Again, usually they have him on the active PUP, which is good. So he might just maybe be a week out and he'll come back soon. So I don't think it's anything serious. If it was serious, well, I mean, I don't know. I just time will tell. I think he will be back though sooner than later.
You hope so. You hope so.
Yeah, you hope.
Well, then again, with the amount of weapons we have, take a couple days, take a couple weeks. Who the hell cares? I mean, there's so many other loaded players, and maybe that helps some of these guys stay on the roster a little bit longer.
Right.
So someone mentioned way in the beginning about old Kyle Trask and does he make the team? Or like he's obviously going to make the team.
Yeah.
Here it was. It was really before the chat even started. I guess let's bring up some of these questions. MVP Peel, Robert Hainsey, Jalen Darden, and maybe Grant Stewart are special teamers. Raven Green at free safety backup will probably be a new face on the roster. I don't know if Kyle Trask would be on the roster.
Yeah, I think he was just talking about the construction of the
active,
team.
You mean? active roster, maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what he means.
Yeah.
Like, just and that makes sense. I think he is going to be the third quarterback, and he's just gonna, be inactive on game days. So yeah, I don't see that being an issue. But yeah, there's not a lot of spots on the team, so I think he makes a good point about Raven Green, and
Yeah.
he's another guy that has to get to camp. I don't know if he's back yet, so he was out for personal reasons. But yeah, I mean it's a great roster.
Well, they could use him on the roster right now because their safeties are down.
I know
Antoine
they're
Field's not there. Whitehead's not there.
right.
And they could use a safety out there.
They've been using Ross Cockrell as a safety, so it's interesting. I mean, if he can play safety, that again gives him more flexibility.
Availability is the best ability, and same thing with what's his name, Wilcox, the 7th round rookie.
Yeah, he's on the PUP as well.
You got to be able to get out there. Like there's no guarantees in this, especially with the team that's so loaded. So he was another guy that was like the outside in to make it. Like he had to show his speed, his ability as a gunner, special teams primarily. If you're not showing up, oops.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of scary.
The kid from Navy, Kinley.
Yeah,
he's like a Jamel Dean clone. I mean, looks like a linebacker.
Body type.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a corner. I'm like, this guy, cornerback. He looks
cornerback.
He looks like a giant out there. So, I mean, if he can show something, I like his ability to make the team.
I mean, hey, there's already a lot of hype behind him. There's a lot of hype. So let's see.
A lot of pressure on him. So hopefully he can pull through.
Let's see what happens when the pads go on and the lights go on. You put it on film. If you can show it on there, then it's going to be hard to not make the roster, right? Us Jack. I always love Jack's takes. Boston Sports Radio is saying the Patriots are going to play Jones and Cam together in a split backfield. That'd be hilarious. Really? Mac Jones, Cam Newton?
That would be funny.
That's adorable.
It'll be interesting to see how they do. It's gonna be a struggle, I think, for them.
Can't wait till there's a game against the Patriots in Foxborough. All right, here we go. G Vegas. I don't know if you touched on Justin Watson, but I think they keep him on the roster in case injury concerns. What do you think?
Oh, right. Yeah. Watson had surgery, so he's going to be out. I think it was like 4 months or something like that. So, yeah, most likely that they'll put him on the injured reserve, and he'll stay on the roster for now.
I don't know how the hell he keeps staying on the roster. I mean, fans already want to boot him left and right. I know, like the players like him a lot, but I mean, look at this. Justin Pick 6 Watson, Rob in the chat. A lot of fans hate him. Like it's bad. But hey, there's a reason why he sticks around. I don't know where he must be one hell of a salesman when he's talking to these coaches, or he just spits it out right. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's good to have players that just from a practice standpoint, coaching standpoint, it helps. And if you can keep the kid on the roster for another offseason, why not? And again, it's just someone that knows the offense, can bring in competition, and you can use them in certain ways.
Yeah. So this is actually it's funny. If you got 2 starting quarterbacks, you got none.
Exactly.
It's true.
Exactly.
We got a starting quarterback. There's no doubt about that right now. Here's a good kind of thing right here. Speed rush. I guess he's saying this formation would be kind of cool. This is Jerron_B having Joe Tryon, JPP, Shaq, Vita Vea, and Sue all on the field at the same time. Yeah, that would be one hell of a crazy lineup.
Yeah, most definitely. I think you're going to see it. So, yeah, it'll be fun. Again, it's about creating matchups. We always talk about it in our film studies. If you can create matchups that you can take advantage of, you got to do it consistently. And that's something Todd Bowles loves to do. So you can add guys like Tryon to the mix to add more speed on the field. It gives you a lot of flexibility to do so many different things.
Yeah. So touching more on Joe Tryon, he already has a power game. If you look at our film study on him, power is in his game already. He turned speed to power immediately. It was just his edge rush ability to win, turning that arc. I mean, if you can do that consistently, he's going to be dangerous. That's another reason why I couldn't believe he fell all the way to 32.
Yeah.
But you hear him talk what he did when he took that year off. He was like, I did more yoga, I did more meditation stuff, working on my body. I mean, you're like, who the hell is this, Tom Brady? Who am I listening to? He just sounds way more mature than what he is. He still looks like a baby, even though he looks like a man. His face is a baby. His body is like a Greek freak. But, I mean, if he can put it together and learn from these guys, I mean, the sky's the limit for Joe Tryon.
Yeah, he looks like Giannis from the NBA. I mean, kind of looks like him. He's almost like a little twin of Giannis, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, yeah, sky's the limit, and it is in our film study. That was one thing where he kind of struggled, just consistently finding that edge, kind of turning the corner, making that bend. So yeah, if he can get more flexibility in his lower half, and maybe that's why he was doing yoga, I think that could definitely benefit him because he does have the power. He's got the long arm moves to help him. We've seen that, and that will help him early on because his ability to collapse the pocket again, it'll make everything much easier for everybody, inside or outside.
It's another wrinkle of this defense that could just be even more insane. Another topic we brought up saying Anthony Nelson shouldn't be counted on to be a speed edge rusher, even though some people may have said, no, the Bucs are comfortable with their edge rushers. Just saying. There's little things we kind of found. Don't want to say I told you so, but okay.
That was a fun time.
Right.
But yeah, and Anthony Nelson, I think is going to be a great just 3 down, like that down lineman. He's going to play the Will Golson role. I think that's going to be his future going forward.
Did he put on more weight? That's a question, though.
Well, I just think he's got that ability to play inside, as a hand in the dirt kind of guy, and he doesn't really have to be utilized as an edge guy. I think he can be versatile in that aspect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then G Vegas here again. Don't forget white blitzing.
That's the funnest part, man, because those Red Seas, they part ways, and you see Devin just come right through, and it's like, oh, there goes the quarterback.
Because when we're talking about Levante David, I don't know if it was G Vegas or someone earlier, or Bucks Time 12 probably said it. I think it was him saying, yeah, Levante may be the more well-rounded, but Devin White just has that upside. And he's not lying. I mean, Devin White's upside truly is. If you saw our film study on him, I know I kind of tagged that a lot, but it is the sky's the limit for him. It's just what he can do at 6 foot 240, the speed he has, the aggressive nature, click and close. If he can really get his coverage skills down, you're talking like defensive player of the year, not just best linebacker. You're talking almost best position defensive player. That's crazy.
Right.
I hope it comes to fruition too.
Yeah. I mean, he's already having, battles with Gronk, so that's good to see. Knocking passes down already. So yeah, whatever he did, it clicked. And hopefully that just continues.
Yeah, and then this is kind of funny. Oh, actually, wait, before we get to that, if Nelson can be a cheaper Golson type, that would be great. Cheaper. Golson's not that expensive. I don't know. I mean, yeah, Nelson's a big guy, 6'7", 270, but still, like Golson's like 300 pounds. That's 30 pounds more. That's a lot of meat. That's eating some extra cakes after practice. This is kind of funny. Rob Dunlap says, did you see Brady throwing at the jugs machine? I was going to try and bring that up. And it's all edited and funny, but still, Tom Brady's just having a hell of a damn time. He's having a good time. His knee's back. He's back.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, I said earlier, Tom's living his best life. So it's just great to have him where he probably should have been all along. Let's be honest. I mean, the Bucs is a great place, and bringing us championships, gotta love it.
Yeah, because it was fake. Yeah, Bucks Time 12 said fake video. Yeah, it's very fake. It is cool. I mean, same thing like you mentioned, throwing up to the moon. Just funny all around, though. He's having a good time. Any last questions, guys? Bring them in the chat. We got about probably 3 to 4 more minutes. If you got anything, bring it. But again, I love the turnout. Thank you, guys. Give us a like if you haven't done it just yet. If you love the video, hit that too. Yeah, I've kind of tagged it a bunch of times. Follow us on YouTube. We're going to be giving nonstop coverage all throughout the season. It's going to be fun, exciting. Hopefully it is one hell of a year again. But plus any other points you want to touch on?
No, I agree with what you said. And yeah, again, just very excited that training camp is here. We got a lot of stuff going on, and it's just great to talk football again. See our favorite team in action, throughout the week. And yeah, just a lot of good stuff coming up. And we're going to dive into, college content that we're excited about. Hint,
Yeah.
hint. So yeah, just a lot of good things, and can't wait to share all with you guys, and just appreciate you guys taking your time to join us every Monday. It's We're very thankful for it.
There he is. I look forward to this show every Monday. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate all of y'all and look forward to talking with you guys too.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're going to be going to actually training camp on Sunday. If any of y'all are there, hit us up. I mean, you got our email. Shoot us an email. Do whatever. Hit us up on social media. We'll be out there just scouting away, having fun, and we'll shake some hands, kiss some babies, do all that good stuff. Whatever you guys want to do. It's just going to be a fun, good time.
Mhm.
But other than that, and thank you, MD Peel Peel. Can't wait for football to get started. Very much thank you. You were live in the chat today. It was awesome to see.
Much appreciated.
Well, than that, plus, send us out.
All right, guys. Yeah, like Mark said, again, just thank you one more time. So we appreciate everyone joining us. I hope everyone has a great week, and let's go Bucs, man. It's gonna be fun times ahead. So with that said, till the next one.